Yeah, tastes good though.
Hey, Austin, I know it's been it's just struggle to get back. How did you feel physically, 34 minutes, and kind of where did you see that as you worked through the injury the last couple of weeks?
Yeah, it felt good. It's good to be back out there, but overall felt really good.
And then what did you see relative to what you were watching on the bench before and kind of how Houston was playing and then actually being on the floor? And what did you see was the difference on both ends?
I mean, I missed a lot of easy looks. We didn't shoot it great as a team. So, we'll watch film tomorrow, we'll get better, and we play Friday. So we'll go try to win a game Friday.
Austin, the defensive numbers still look good for the series for you guys as a group. Offensively, what have you seen? I mean, tonight there was probably a handful of shots that rimmed out, but other than that, what have you seen that's keeping this team from reaching its offensive kind of potential?
I mean, it helps when shots go in. I know Bron had probably 3 or 4 in the first half that went in and out. I missed 2 easy layups. I missed 2 or 3 good looks from 3, 1 little mid range. But you make shots, you miss shots, and like I said, we'll move on to Friday and go try to get a win in Houston.
Austin, you told us the other day that you've been pretty miserable here over the last 4 plus weeks, or 4 weeks, I guess. What was like the process today? Where was your head at? Did you feel like when you woke up like there was a good chance for this, or can you just kind of take us through the last 24 hours to get you across the finish line here?
Yeah, I mean, just to go back, 3 weeks and I think 6 days. I think tomorrow will be 4 weeks. Just it's been a grind. I've been running around Los Angeles doing everything I could possibly do to get back to this moment, and we've done it, and it feels good. I love playing basketball. It's my happy place, and it was nice to get back out there. Obviously, wish I played a little better. Wish I made a couple more shots, but at the end of the day, I have fun out there, and it was good to compete.
Austin, LeBron just said there was too many unforced mistakes tonight. For you, do you think that's a bit of tip your hat to Houston with their defensive intensity, or is it something that you guys put on your shoulders and say we have to be better?
I think you could go a little bit of both. In a lot of situations, you can either spark a run or you can kind of kill a run, with one little, mental mistake. So, that's how they defend. They've done that all year. Pressure, play hard. So, just try to, dial that back a little bit. I think tonight was probably the first time all series we shot more attempts at the basket than they did. So that's a good sign. But like, Brian said, those, couple little things here and there can flip a game like that.
How much was natural fatigue a factor for you shooting the basketball tonight?
Yeah, I mean, I haven't played in a month. Unfortunately, I wish, I could, get a little bit more of a rhythm before jumping into the fire like that. But like I said, I had a lot of fun out there, and I just trust myself and trust the work that I put in. But it's hard to emulate like real basketball reps, even if you're doing it practice, stay ready, whatever it might be. So it's really hard to get that same feel. So yeah, I mean, got a little tired in the second half, but something I got to push through. I don't have the liberty to play a couple warm-up games. Just get tossed back in the fire on Friday, and hopefully we'll have a better result.
Austin, right here. Austin. Late in the fourth, the Lakers went on a run there, kind of got it close. What went right during that period?
Yeah, I think Bron just took over the game. We've seen him do it a million times throughout his career, and yeah, there was a lot of energy in the building. Got a couple stops, he got a couple buckets, and we were just playing hard and competing at a high level.
Hey, Austin. Obviously, coming in from an injury, when you walk into this type of atmosphere, obviously a playoff game, you're going up against the Rockets, can you just walk us through getting to this point and trying to play a postseason game is such a key one to close it out?
Yeah. It's tough to, as I ran out tonight for the first time in a long time, I got a really good, that chills feeling with the atmosphere, the crowd. And I think that's just because, when something you love is taken away from you for, 4 weeks with an injury, and then you get, like I said, thrown in the fire in a game like this, I could say I wouldn't want it any other way, but I kind of do. But yeah, it was a lot of fun. The fans were great. Upset we didn't end it tonight on our home court, but we'll have another opportunity Friday to go get it done.
Point mark for the Raptors, but they just fell short. Cheers, Donovan Mitchell.
Yep.
Chris. Hey, Donovan. What did you pull this one out tonight?
Just a collective effort. I think the biggest thing is came out, and you knew with this team they were going to come out and have little fires in them, right? Especially after those 2 wins, right? And the biggest thing was just staying with it. Our first half wasn't perfect, wasn't pretty, and but understanding we've been here, right? We've been here before. Staying with it, stay collected. Start the third quarter off the right way. They respond, we respond. Like there were so many times where you could just allow it to just affect you, right? But just continuing to stay with it as a collective, and everybody did a really solid job tonight.
You've been talking about it since Dennis got here, his big game experience, these kinds of moments. How do you characterize the impact that he made for you guys?
It's funny, I said to him, he said something, I'm not going to say what he said, but he spoke at length, probably for about 2 or 3 minutes at halftime, just about what he saw and what we could have done it better as a group. And then after the game, we were like, damn, I guess you were just talking to yourself, like, you know what I'm saying, and got himself going, right? And, the biggest thing is when you have a leader like that, guy who's been there in those moments, to stay level-headed as a collective, and he really led the charge, especially in that fourth, right? But just being everywhere. And we look at the 19 points, but I mean his defensive presence, just being around, just being there, causing havoc, and then making them pay, especially when they're denying James and denying myself.
Donovan, Kenny said that he views this game as a step in the right direction for you guys in terms of mental toughness. Do you view it like that? Or what do you think that this does for you guys?
Yeah, I mean, it's easy to, you got down, what we get down, 12, 14, right? The boos, the fans feeling like, you know what I'm saying? Like it's easy to kind of, allow that to affect you, right? But we've been here, right? And like I said it after games 3 and 4, like we didn't play well, and we just continue to stay with it, right? Then definitely is a step in the right direction. It wasn't perfect, but it was solid. You know what I mean? And this is the playoffs. It's not going to be easy, as much as we would love that to be. And you got to give Toronto a lot of credit. They don't stop. You know what I mean? And they're a really good team. And for us to go do what we did tonight was great, but it's going to take even more on the road. So definitely a step in the right direction, but we definitely still can be better. Big time. And I spoke to him a little bit at halftime, which is like, bro, go. And a lot of it was him, obviously on the boards, the defensive presence, but just offensively, just not being deterred by anything, which was huge. Him and J.A., right? Like, and obviously, there are moments where we can get them the ball, but then there's also moments where they're swarming, right? And I think you saw it a few times where we throw it, and now there's 8 guys in the paint, right? 5 guys, excuse me, in the paint. You know what I mean? So trying to, I told him, like, hey, sometimes you just being the initiator, you initiating our offense, just playing, right? And I think that's some of our best offense. And you give him a lot of credit. He stepped up, and now we got to do it again. Hell no. I mean, when you got to, like, it's about the group, right? Like, it's not about, and he asked me and Evan, and we were just like, no, like, why? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, this is working. We're getting stops. And And I think the biggest thing about this group is it's about the collective. It isn't about one person or two people.